Video is the LCD screen replacement on a Toshiba Radius 14-inch touchscreen laptop model E45-C4200X. Replacement screens from laptopscreen.com, and their item ID is 563157. This screen was broken when a cat knocked a ceremonial sword off the wall and it struck the back top of the laptop, damaging the LCD. Fortunately, the touchscreen is still operable. To replace the screen, it's not very difficult. First, you'll need to remove this plate, which pops off, and then we'll pry off the digitizer, which just also pops off, after removing some screws at the bottom. I'll walk you through the process here in a few minutes. Useful tools for this endeavor include, if you have them, or plastic, a guitar pick, those types of things will work. These kind of tools to pry the plastic apart, and a set of Phillips head small screwdrivers. As I mentioned earlier, the first step is to pry this bottom plate off, which is a friction connection, and you want to do this gently so you don't damage the digitizer. What you do is peel that and gently pry it so it pops off. Once that is off, you'll need to remove these 5 screws at the bottom of the digitizer. I should have noted earlier that you should make sure the laptop is turned off. So I will move these 5 screws and be right back. Once the 5 screws are removed, you will then need to use your tool to gently pop off the digitizer screen. It is a friction fit, and you'll need to work all the way around the perimeter gently so you do not damage the digitizer. This has been removed once, so it's coming off a little easier. You may find it a little more difficult. Behind this there is a rubber two-sided tape that will stick at the bottom, so you need to gently pry that off. I suggest laying a cloth or something so the digitizer isn't damaged. Be careful not to stretch or pull this connection on the digitizer. That will not need to be removed. We will need to remove the screws holding the LCD, and then you'll see where the connector is. So I am now going to remove the screws holding the LCD. There's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. I have removed all the screws from the perimeter, so I am now going to lay the LCD down gently on top of the digitizer, once again protecting the digitizer, which was not damaged. At this point, you can see there is just one connection of the LCD to the laptop. There's some tape. You'll need to pry up this tape and gently pull out the connector. At this point, the LCD is now disconnected from the laptop, and the replacement from laptopscreens.com can be installed. This is the replacement, 2-day shipping from laptopscreens.com. Came in a good package, carefully protected. First compared the two to make sure they were identical, which they are. So at this point we're going to reverse the steps we just took to reconnect the LCD, fasten it back into the frame, place the digitizer on, screw that back in, and then friction fit the remaining piece. I have now reattached the connector to the LCD. I'm going to place it back on here and then fasten the screws around the frame. The LCD frame is now in place. I'm going to now install the screws, leaving the protective cover on until I'm complete. The screws 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have now been reinstalled. Now I'm going to remove the plastic protective covering, make sure the back of the digitizer is clean, and then I'll place the digitizer on and secure it. Should have mentioned earlier that it's important to ground yourself before working on any electronics. At this step we will place the digitizer back on the screen, snap it into place, and then secure the 5 screws at the bottom, and then replace the last cowling piece. The digitizer snaps into place. And then, as I noted, it will be screwed into place. The touchscreen is back screwed in place, these bottom 5 screws. We now replace the bottom cowling, which is a snap fit. The installation is now complete, and we can try to boot it up and see if it works. And this is the finished product. Great replacement screen, great clarity from laptopscreen.com. Replacing this Ninja LCD in the original laptop. Hope this helps.